Hello and welcome to the Talk Back Podcast, the only podcast that doesn't get my panties wet.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard what the young lady said. The only podcast. Well, I really don't need to repeat that, part extra because you pretty much know. If you're a woman and you're listening to this podcast and you're not drenched by now, that means I'm not doing a good job. But welcome, everybody. Today is the 24th, I believe. Yes, the 24th. Oh, my apologies. I can't even remember the date now. It's the 23rd of June. Sorry, my head's in another place right about now, guys. I will explain in just a moment what the heck is really going on with me. If you've been following me, again, on those lovely social networkings that we know as the Twitter, the Facebook, and everything else, you pretty much know that the last couple of days have been really rough. So I'll get to that in one brief moment. But first and always, foremost, we begin with the social networking known as Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Daily Booth. All of those links will be down below. But if you didn't know, just asking nicely. Just go over to the respective page, click follow, link, subscribe, whatever, so that you're in the loop and you know what's going on. So I'm just going to start things off right at the bat. Basically, I'm just going to get rid of the bad news first, so that way we end on, a positive note. But, for those of you that don't know, I've had this week has just been crap for me. I don't know what better way to say it than just that. A lot of you know Tuesday I had a huge, gigantic pressure given exam in my IT course. This basically where I take this education. And I felt maybe about 70% confident that I would pass, especially over here with the new Danish rules and the new way that they're scoring everything nowadays. But ironically, I was the last person to go in out of my whole class. And throughout the whole day, people were picking really difficult topics. Basically, when you're taking an education in Danish, when you get ready to go to the exam or the final, you basically have to stand up in front of the teacher. And in this case, there were three of them. One of them was a Java teacher, another guy was a WLAN, and another guy taught, IT course. Basically, overall, we're talking storage, virtualization, Windows 2008 R2, which is basically a type of server. Basically, people have been picking really tough topics the whole day, and some people were, just squeaking by like off the skin of their butt. And the first scary moment for me was that I kept hearing everybody picked Java, and I suck at Java. I don't know how that works, and really it just messes with me. I was hoping I didn't pick that, walked in, and ironically I didn't pick it, so I was happy. I'm like, yes, I don't have to worry about Java. I ended up picking WLAN, and we also have a project on top of that. So I was given the option of which one I wanted to start first. So I started with the question. And to make a long story short, I answered the question and it has some sub-questions underneath. Basically, I had to kind of tell them, what is these certain channels relate to when you're talking about WLAN and things of that nature. And I did my absolute best, at least what I assume was my absolute best. But the evaluator, besides the other three teachers that were in there, were, busting my balls about, I said a question or I said something the wrong way that had to do with megahertz or something like that. And for like 15, maybe 10 minutes, it went on about how to fix it. And pretty much from that point on, I knew I probably wasn't going to get a decent grade. I was not aiming for like a high grade.